Welcome back to week 14. Once again, we're thankful to Iris, our designer, for another great square. We're going to take our main color, or the first color you'd like to use, and we will chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Join with a slip stitch to form a ring. Chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then we'll make 15 double crochet into the center of that ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Make some room for some more. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. With our beginning chain 3, that should make 16 double crochet, and we can go ahead and join to the top of that chain 3 with a slip stitch to complete round 1. Round 2, if you're continuing with the same color, we can just chain 3 from where we joined last round, or if you wish to change colors, you can start with a standing double crochet in any of these double crochet. So after our chain 3, we want to make a front post treble around that same double crochet, which is our starting chain 3 in this case. So our chain 3 for our first double front post treble around the same double crochet. Double crochet in the next stitch, and a front post treble around that same stitch. Okay, double crochet in the next, and you want to be careful not to skip any of the double crochet from round 1, and also that these front post trebles go around the same stitch that you've just placed a double crochet into. Okay, so continue to work your way around, and I'll see you at the end. So I'm ready for my final set of a double crochet in that last stitch, front post treble around the same stitch, and we should have 16 sets of the double crochet front post treble. So we can go ahead and join to the top of our starting stitch to complete round 2. Round 3. If you're continuing with the same color, we'll slip stitch to that next front post treble and chain 3. If you're starting a new color, you can start with a standing double crochet in any front post treble. We'll front post treble around the same stitch that we just placed our first double crochet, chain 2, and we're going to skip the double crochet, and in this next front post treble we will make a double crochet and a front post treble around that same stitch. Continue that pattern around, chain 2, skip the double crochet in the next front post treble, and front post treble around the same stitch. I'm ready for my final set of stitches, so I'm skipping that double crochet. I'm going to double crochet in that next front post treble, work a front post treble around that same stitch, chain 2, and we should have 16 sets of the double crochet front post treble with a chain 2 in between. And go ahead and join to our starting stitch to complete round 3. Round 4. If you're continuing with the same color, you will slip stitch into the front post treble and then into the first chain 2 space, or you will chain 3 for a double crochet, making 8 more double crochet in the space. If you're changing colors like I am, we can start with a standing double crochet in any of the chain 2 spaces, or if you're more comfortable with a slip stitch and chain 3, and then we'll work 8 more double crochet in that same chain 2 space. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and including our first standing double or chain 3, we should have 9 double crochet in that chain 2 space. We're going to skip these next 2 stitches and the chain 2 space. We want to make a slip stitch in between this double crochet and that front post treble. And chain 3. We'll skip the next chain 2 space and make a slip stitch again in between the double crochet and front post treble. Actually, we'll skip this chain 2 and the next 2 stitches, and then in this next chain 2 space we will work our 9 double crochet again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Skip the 2 stitches and the chain 2 space, slip stitch in between the double crochet front post treble, chain 3, skip the space, slip stitch in this next, in between the next 2 stitches, skip the space and the 2 stitches, and we'll work 9 double crochet in that following chain 2 space. Okay, so we're starting to make our corners to turn it into a square. So you continue to work your way around, and I'll see you back at the end of this round. Okay, so I finished my 4th corner, done my slip stitch, chain 3 slip stitch, which should take us up to our starting set of 9 double crochet. So we can go ahead and join to our top of the first stitch to complete round 4. Round 5. If you're continuing with the same color, we want to slip stitch over to the 5th double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you would slip stitch into that double crochet, chain 5, which counts as a double crochet, chain 2, and then double crochet in that same stitch. I'm changing color, so I'm going to start with the standing double crochet, or again, if you're more comfortable, you can start with a slip stitch and chain 3, and then we will work a chain 2, double crochet in that same stitch. So that's the 5th double crochet in our group of 9 in the corner. Double crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we will skip the slip stitch, then working over the chains from last round into the chains from round 3, we will double crochet. So that double crochet encloses both sets of chains. And we'll make 4 more double crochet in that same space. So total of 5. So I have 3, 4, and 5. And skipping the slip stitch, we'll double crochet in the first of those 4 double crochets that are in the corner set of 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which should bring us to that 5th or center double crochet where we'll make our corner stitches again. So a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. And you continue to work those double crochets around each side, and I'll see you back here at the end. Once you've completed all 4 sides, you should have 15 double crochet on each side with the chain 2 in the corners. You could go ahead and join to the first stitch with a slip stitch to complete round 5. Round 6, if you're continuing in the same color, you can slip stitch into the corner space, chain 2 for your first half double crochet, plus another chain 2 and half double crochet in the same space. If you're changing color, you can join with either a slip stitch and chain 2 or with the standing half double crochet, chain 2, and half double crochet in the same corner stitch. We will make a half double crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Front post double crochet around each of these next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 5 half double crochet, or 1 half double crochet in each of the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which brings us to our next corner, and we start that repeat again of half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet in the corner, and so on along all sides. Finishing up round 6, I have a couple more half double crochet to make to complete this last side. And when you've worked your way around, there should be 12 half double crochet, 5 front post double crochet with the chain 2 in the corners. So you can go ahead and join to our starting stitch to fasten off round 6. Round 7, if you're working with the same color, you can just slip stitch into the chain 2 corner space, chain 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which counts as a double crochet, chain 2, and then double crochet in the same corner space. If you wish to chain color, you can join in any corner with a standing double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. We will double crochet in this first stitch, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in the next, and we'll do that one more time, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, front post treble around the next stitch, and we'll do that 3 times. Oops. Front post treble, 1, 2, 3. So chain 1, skip the next stitch, front post treble around that, which should be the middle of those front post stitches from last round, chain 1, skip a stitch, front post treble around that last front post stitch, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next, and we'll do that 2 more times. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet, which should bring us to that last stitch just before the corner, and in the corner we will double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet. Okay, so we'll continue that repeat with the skip stitches and chain 1s all the way around. Okay, coming to the end of my last side, I just need to complete my final double crochet before the corner, and each side should have 8 double crochet, 3 front post treble, and 8 chain 1 spaces plus the chain 2 in the corner space. So you can go ahead and join to the top of your beginning stitch to complete round 7. Now you may notice there's a bit of a cupping or pucker on this round. That should work its way out. If you think it's too much, you might want to go back and make your chain 1s just a bit looser. Round 8. If you're starting with the same or continuing with the same color, you can slip stitch into this corner space. You will chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and 6 more double crochet in the corner. Or you can attach your new yarn in any corner with either a standing double or a slip stitch chain 3, and again work 6 more into the corner, 6 more double crochet for a total of 7 double crochet in the corner. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 double crochet in that corner chain 2 space. We will skip the 2 stitches, single crochet in that first chain 1 space, chain 1, skip the double crochet and single crochet in the chain space twice. So we do another chain 1 and into the next chain 1 space. So we're going to skip this front post treble and the chain 1 space, and into the middle or the center front post treble we will work 9 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. and then skipping this chain space and the next front post treble, we will make a single crochet into that next chain space. Chain 1, in the next chain space make a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the next space. And skipping these last 2 double crochet, we'll work 7 double crochet into that corner space. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So after our group in the corner space, there's no chain 1, but then we single crochet chain 1, so there's a single crochet in each of those chain spaces with chain 1 in between. No chain 1 as we work the 9 doubles into the center treble. No chain 1, but we'll have those single crochet in each of those chain spaces with the chain 1 in between. So you can go ahead and work your way around, and I'll see you back here at the end of round 8. And when you have worked your way around, there should be those 7 double crochet in each of the corner, the 9 double crochet in that center treble with 3 singles and 2 chain spaces on either side. So you can go ahead and join to our starting stitch, and that will complete round 8. Round 9. If you're continuing with the same color, you want to slip stitch over to the 4th double crochet of the 7 double in the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll slip stitch in there, chain 1, which doesn't count as a stitch, and then continue with the corner as I'm going to show you, which is the back post double crochet, chain 2, back post double crochet. If you're using a new color, we will join with a standing back post double crochet around that 4th double crochet in the corner. So that middle double crochet, work the hook around the back to make a standing back post double crochet, chain 2, and back post double crochet around that same stitch. Like so. And then we'll make a back post half double crochet around the next 3. 1, 2, and 3 of those back post half double crochet. We'll single crochet in this next stitch, which is a single crochet, and in the chain 1 space, and repeat those 2 stitches. So single crochet in the single crochet and in the chain 1 space. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we want to slip stitch around the middle front post treble from round 7. So we have the 9 double crochet worked into the treble, so it's that treble that it's worked into, we want to slip stitch around it. So it's sort of like a back post slip stitch. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to skip the 9 double crochet and that single there. We'll single crochet in that first chain 1 space and in the single crochet, and repeat those 2, single in the chain 1 space and in the next single crochet. And then we're ready to work a back post half around the first 3 stitches in that corner. 1, 2, 3, and then around the next stitch we'll make our new corner of a back post double crochet, chain 2, and back post double around that same stitch. If you're having trouble knowing where to put your hook, I find it easier, instead of going behind the double, we just work to go in front to insert your hook to make the second back post double around that same stitch. Okay, so we'll continue along our sides. After the corner, we're making 3 back post half double crochet, and 4 single crochets in the chain 1 space, the single, the chain 1 space, and the single, chaining 5, slip stitching around that middle front post treble, and then reversing that towards the next corner. So I'll see you back here at the end of this round. So completing my last side, I'm ready for my final 3 back post half double crochet. Oops. 1, 2, and 3. So you just might want to check your stitch count. On each side there should be a total of 6 back post half double crochet, the 2 back post double in the corner, 8 single crochet, 2 chain 5 spaces, the 1 slip stitch, and the chain 2 space in the corner. So you can go ahead and join with the slip stitch to finish off round 9. Round 10, if you're continuing with the same color, slip stitch into the chain 2 corner space, chain 1, and then you'll work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in that space. I'm doing a new color, so I'm going to start with a standing single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet in one of those corner spaces. Then we'll continue with single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So just watch for that first stitch, that corner back post double, making sure we get that one. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochet, half double crochet in the next 2, 1 and 2, double crochet in the next 2, 1 and 2, which should be the last stitch before that chain 5 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to make a back post single crochet around the 5th double crochet of this group of 9 from round 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be the middle one of that set. Insert hook around that post, bring the loop up, and finish the single crochet for the back post single. Then we'll just reverse that on the other side, so chain 3, and in that first single crochet we'll make a double crochet and double crochet in the next, half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then single crochet in the next 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, which should bring us to the corner chain 2 space. So we'll single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet in that corner space. Okay, so continue to work that around the other 3 sides. When you get to the end, you can join to the beginning single crochet. When you have completed the round, each side should have 10 single crochet 4 half double crochet, 4 double crochet, a back post single, 2 chain 3 spaces, and the chain 2 space in the corner. So just remember to count those corner single crochet to get your count up to 10. Round 11. If you're continuing with the same color, you will slip stitch into that corner chain 2 space, and you'll chain 5, which counts as a double crochet, chain 2, and make 1 more double crochet in that same space. Or you can start with a new color and make a standing double crochet in any corner chain 2 space with a chain 2, double crochet in the same space for our new corner. In the next 5 stitches, we'll work a double crochet, remembering to catch that first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 1 and skip the next stitch, double crochet into the next stitch, and repeat that. So chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet into the next stitch. In the chain 3 space, we're going to work 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. We'll chain 1, skip that back post single crochet, work 3 double crochet in that next chain 3 space, 2 and 3, and then we'll reverse what we did before the middle. So we'll make a double crochet in that first stitch past the space, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and then double crochet in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, which should bring us to our corner chain 2 space. So we'll make our new corner of the double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So you can work your way around the next 3 sides following that same set of stitches. When you worked your way around for round 11, each side should have a total of 22 double crochet and 5 chain 1 spaces plus the chain 2 in the corner. You can go ahead and join with a slip stitch to fasten off round 11. Round 12. If you're continuing in the same color, slip stitch again into that chain 2 space, where you'll chain 1 and then make your single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in that corner space. Or you can start a new color in any corner with a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Now there's a note for this round that unless otherwise indicated, the single crochets are going to be made in between the stitches instead of into the top loops of the stitch. So we're going to skip the first double crochet, which is sometimes referred to as the hidden one, just past the corner, and we will single crochet between the 2 double crochet. And we're going to do that for 5 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can see how that just sort of separates those double crochets a little bit more than if we worked into the top of the stitch. Excuse me. We will popcorn in the skipped stitch from round 10. So we've made this chain 1 space here. We want to work into that skipped single crochet, but keeping the chain 1 behind our work. So I yarn over and I kind of use my hook to pull that stitch forward a bit more, and then I pull the yarn through to complete my first double crochet. And so I'll make 4 more double crochet into that same stitch for a total, of 5 double crochet. I have 3, 4, and 5. Remove the loop from our hook, go back to the first double crochet, insert under the top loops from the front, pull that loop through, and chain 1 to close the popcorn. That chain 1 does not count as a stitch. Single crochet in that next double, so that one's in the top of the double crochet. And then we will do another popcorn in the next skip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull that loop through, chain 1 to close. We will not work into that next double crochet, but in between the next 2 we'll work a single crochet, and between the next 2 and the next 2. So 3 single crochet in between those stitches. 1 single crochet, but 3 times. Alright, so that should bring us to that next chain 1 space there. Those 3 single crochet, we won't work into that last double crochet. We are going to work a double crochet into the top of the 5th double crochet from the 9 double crochet group in round 8. So this group here, round 8, that same double crochet that we made that back post single, we're going to work a double crochet into the top loops of that double crochet. And we work in front of the chain 1 space. Okay, and then skipping that first double crochet and working in between those 2 stitches, we'll again make 1, 2, and 3 times that single crochet in between the stitches, which should bring us to our next chain 1 space in that skip stitch. So we'll make a popcorn in that skipped stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull that loop through, chain 1 to close, single crochet in that next double, and popcorn in that next skip stitch. Always working in front of the chain 1 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you'll notice how I kind of hold my work with that chain 1 space folded down behind, so I just get my stitches into the skip stitch. Pull the loop through, chain 1 to close. And skipping that first double crochet, we're going to work in between 5 times. So 1 single crochet in between the next 2 stitches for 2, 3, 4, and 5. And skipping that last double crochet, we should have reached our corner space. So we'll work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, ready to work our way around the next 3 sides. Finishing up round 12, I just have my last 2 single crochet between the stitches to make. And once we've worked each of those sides, they should have 20 single crochet, 4 popcorns, and the 1 double crochet in the center there, plus the chain 2 in the corner spaces. So you can go ahead and join and fasten off round 12. Round 13. If you're continuing with your same color, slip stitch into the chain 2 corner space, where you will chain 5, which counts as a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. And if you want to start with another color, we'll work a standing double crochet in any chain 2 corner space, chain 2, and make another double crochet in that same corner. In the next 6 stitches, we will make a double crochet, and again remembering to catch that first one just after the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which should be the stitch just before the popcorn. We'll make a front post half double crochet around that popcorn. So just inserting around behind all of those stitches and through, pull that loop through and complete the half double crochet. Double crochet in the single in between those popcorns, and then another front post half double crochet around the popcorn. And then we'll double crochet in the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which again should be just before that popcorn stitch, and we'll work our front post half double crochet around the popcorn, double crochet in that single, front post half around the popcorn, and double crochet in the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Which should bring us to our next corner, where we will make a double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet in that corner space, and continuing to work our way around. So finishing up round 13, I'm making my final double crochet, and just double check that each side should have a total of 23 double crochet, 4 front post half double crochet, and a chain 2 corner space. If that is correct, you can go ahead and join to our first stitch to finish round 13. Round 14, we can start in any of the chain 2 corner spaces. If you're continuing with the same color, slip stitch into the closest corner space and chain 2, which will act as the beginning half double crochet. So we will start with a half double crochet in any corner, 2 doubles in the same corner space, and a treble. Then we will chain 1, and into that same corner space we'll make another treble, two double crochet, 1 and 2, and a half double crochet. And all of that in the first corner chain 2 space. So after our corner, we're going to single crochet in that first double crochet, which could be slightly hidden by our corner stitches. So single crochet, chain 2, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next, and we'll do that 6 times, so we'll have 6 chain 2 spaces. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we will make a treble popcorn around that center double from round 12. So we make 5 trebles around the post. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remove the loop, insert hook in the first treble, pull that loop through, and chain 1 to close the popcorn. Then we skip 1 stitch behind the popcorn, single crochet in the next, and continue with those chain 2, skip a stitch, single crochet for 6 times. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which should be the last stitch just before the corner, and we're ready to start our set of corner stitches. So a half double crochet followed by 2 doubles, 1, 2, and a treble, all in that chain 2 corner space, chain 1, and then reverse that, still in the same space, the treble, 2 doubles, 1 and 2, and a half for our second corner. Okay, so we continue making those 6 chain 2 spaces on either side of that center treble popcorn with our corner stitches. I'll see you back at the end of the round. So finishing up my last side, I've done my final chain 2, just going to single crochet in that last double just before the corner, and then we can join to our starting half double crochet to complete round 14. Round 15, if you're continuing with the same color, you will want to slip stitch in the next 2 double crochet and the treble, and then into the chain 1 corner space, chain 1, and then you can work the corner stitches. Those of us changing colors, we can start with the standing single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet in that same corner space. We'll make a back post half double crochet around those first 3 stitches past the corner space. So 1, 2, and 3. chain 2 and skip 2 stitches. So we'll skip the last in the corner, that half double crochet and that first single crochet, which should take us to the first chain 2 space, into which we will place a single crochet. And then we'll chain 2, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next space for 5 times. 2, 3, 4, and 5, which should take us just before that front post treble. So we'll chain 2 and we'll skip that last single crochet and then make a front post double around our treble cluster. So just going in behind the popcorn and finishing up our front post double crochet. Chain 2, skip that first single, single crochet in the chain 2 space, and we'll work our way down the side with those chain 2 and single crochet in the chain 2 spaces. That should be 6 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So right before the next corner, and we'll chain 2, skip the single crochet and that first half double, and then make back post half double crochet around the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3, which should take us to that chain 1 corner space again. So we'll single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet in that corner space. So that's our side with a little bit of a corner, 3 back post half double crochet on either side of the corner, chain 2 and single crochet in the chain 2 spaces, and that front post double around the popcorn. So you can continue to repeat that around all 3 sides that are left, and I'll see you back here in the end. So finishing up the final side, I just need to do my last back post half double, so skipping the single and that half double, back post around the double, the next double, and then back post half around that last treble. You can go ahead and join to the first single crochet. So round 15, if you're using the same color, just slip stitch into the corner space, chain 1, and make your single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. If you're starting a new color like I am, you just place your standing single crochet in any corner space, chain 2, and single crochet for our starting corner. In the next 4 stitches, we'll place a single crochet. So the first one is a single crochet, and then in the 3 back post half double crochet to make 4 single crochet. Next, we're going to put 2 half double crochet in the single crochet from round 14. So it's this last single crochet that we skipped just before that single in the chain 2 space. So we're going to work, we're working over top of the chain 2 from last round. 1, 2. So that chain 2 from last round is enclosed in our 2 half double crochet that we just made. We're going to skip this single crochet, and into this chain 2 space we'll place 2 double crochet, and we're going to do that 12 times. Two, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then for this next one, instead of it says to skip a single crochet, it's actually that front post double that we're going to skip, but we'll continue to work 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 more chain 2 spaces. There's our 11, and our last set of 2 double crochet in those chain 2 spaces. And then again we will work over this chain 2 space into that skipped single crochet and make 2 half double crochet in that same stitch, and then single crochet in each of the next 3 back post half. So 1, 2, 3, which should take us to our corner single crochet, where we will make a final single, and then into that chain 2 corner space work our new corner of single crochet and chain 2. Okay, so 2 double crochet in each of those 12 chain 2 spaces, and at the beginning of the side and the end of the side 2 half into that skipped single crochet and closing the chain 2 space on either side with a few single crochets on either end. So go ahead and I'll see you back at the end of this round. Finishing up my final side of this round, I need to work my 2 half double crochet in that skip stitch and closing that chain 2. So there's my 2 half, and then single crochet in the next 4, 2, 3, and 4, and slip stitch to our starting single crochet to finish off the round. Round 17, our final round. Now if you've been following along with the Friends Around the World Cal and have made other squares, you want to check how your size of the square compares to those ones, and you can adjust the height of the stitches in this round. So it is calling for a round of single crochet. If that seems like it's going to be too small to match your other squares, you can change it to a half double crochet or a double crochet. I'm going to be doing the single crochets around. If you're working with the same color, slip stitch into the chain 2 corner space, chain 1, and then make your corner of a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. I started mine with a standing single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then we will single crochet along each of the stitches of the side, making sure we grab that first one, the hidden stitch, and it should be 38 single crochet around to the next corner. So you can work your way around all 4 sides, which with a single crochet or the half or double, whichever you need to make your square the right size. And I'll see you back here in a couple minutes. Once you have completed all the way around for round 17, you can go ahead and join to the beginning single crochet and enjoy this beautiful square. So thank you again, Iris, for your lovely design and sharing it with us, and I hope you all enjoy and have a great week until we see you next week to continue our journey with Friends Around the World.